Live from the State University of New York at Oswego. This is Oswego Now at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Christina Galvin.
And I'm Zach Florio.
We are following a developing story. A Facebook post is shaking up the race for Student Association president. This morning, the SUNY Oswego College Republican Club released a statement on SA presidential candidate Omar Van Reenen.
The Facebook statement brings attention to an Instagram post made by Van Reenen from Ozfest last May. In the post, Van Reenen implied if he weren't an international student who could face deportation, he would be tempted to grab the singer Joe Jonas. Van Reenen is openly gay.
The College Republican Club found Van Reenen's 11-month-old post and shared it on Facebook today. The post included a statement saying the club, quote, does not tolerate sexual harassment of any kind and is extremely disappointed in their peer. Van Reenen has deleted the post from his Instagram profile. He says the Republican Club took his post out of context and it does not represent who he is as a person or candidate.
The post that was made on my Instagram was not inciting, promoting, or taking part in any sexual assault or sexual harassment in any form. I am clearly a fan of Joe Jonas and the DNCE. And when I said that if I wasn't an international student, if I wasn't afraid of losing my visa status, I would jump on stage and fangirl, I think is the American word to use, and go up and grab you and hug you because I support your music and I support how exhilarating you made the students feel and coming to the campus and putting on such a great show. For them to take that and take it so far out of context is disappointing.
College Republican Club President Tyler Toomey says his group shared a screenshot of Van Reenen's post on its Facebook page to inform student voters. Toomey says Van Reenen's behavior is unacceptable for someone to be seeking the voice of SUNY Oswego's student body.
2 words off from what Donald Trump had said. Whether you support Donald Trump or not, his statement of grab him by whatever is unacceptable from whether you're a supporter or not a supporter. And Omar's statement is 2 words off from what he said, and that's disgusting and unacceptable. It can get glossed over as he's a student, he's a fan, he's young, whatever it is. That doesn't excuse the behavior, doesn't excuse the statements, and it's something, like I said, it's just absolutely disgusting, especially in today's world.
And in his interview, Toomey says although the post was nearly a year ago, it is still relevant to Van Reenen's campaign. We also spoke with Andre Nichols, the only other candidate for SA president. He says he doesn't buy Van Reenen's argument that the post was taken out of context.
I believe in the context in which the College Republicans shared this post. I believe that I don't believe it was taken out of context. I think that I don't think that there's much context to suss out other than what that means. Grabbing people without their consent is wrong.
Next week, we will have Andre Nichols in the studio to hear his motivation for running. We'll hear more from Omar Van Reenen later on in this program. Polls for SA elections open on April 17th.
There's a new state law that will restrict people convicted of certain crimes from having access to guns. The law makes sure that people convicted of domestic violence crimes cannot get their hands on a gun. The previous law only prevented domestic abusers from having access to handguns. The new law expands the list to include shotguns and rifles. Under the law, being arrested for domestic violence could also prevent someone from obtaining or renewing their gun license. We reached out to the Oswego City Police Department to find out how the new law will impact the city, but Lieutenant Zachary Mishtal says it's too early to tell Oswego police to have to wait for clear guidelines from the state before they could implement the new law in the department and the city. The new law also states that anyone wanted for a serious offense or felony will not be able to obtain or renew a firearm license.
And in April, we should be seeing showers, but snow showers? Oswego Now's Dylan Kuhn has the latest on this unseasonable weather we've been having. How's it going, Dylan?
Well, Chrissy, it's going, that's for sure. Now, the weather has been a little weird this April. Clearly, Mother Nature forgot that April Fool's was just on Sunday because the joke's still on us. Normally in the month of April in Oswego, the average high-low is 53 and 38, whereas in April 2018 so far, it's been 43 and 26. While that doesn't seem like a drastic change, the high winds, which have caused some power outages throughout central New York, is a huge contributing factor to why it's felt so frigid out there. I'll get more into it in my full weather breakdown later on, but for right now, back to you guys at the desk.
From meteorology to ecology, the Great Lakes Research Consortium has released their annual report highlighting new breakthroughs in environmental research.
SUNY Oswego is one of the 18 universities that receives research grants as part of the Great Lakes Research Consortium. Associate Director David White says the association works to better understand the lakes and their resources.
The program is giving him those seed dollars to bring a team together to start really looking at an emerging issue, or to take that issue to the next step with a planning program.
With the help of these grants, researchers at SUNY Oswego use underwater drones in Lake Ontario.
Looking at various fish species, various diseases, and those kind of aspects, because again, they impact not only the ecology, the environment, but also our economy when we talk about the fishery of the Great Lakes.
One of these discoveries raised concern: algae blooms that could be toxic to both people and wildlife.
It's an issue that a lot of folks are looking at and concerned about. You know, the folks that we have worked with and funded over the years looking at harmful algal blooms are now part of that team that's helping communities.
The research team aims to negate the effects of the algae within the next year.
There's new faculty starting this fall that we're extremely excited about, including a Great Lakes scientist that can really take some of those new next steps right here on campus to look at the Great Lakes issues, work with students, and carry those forward.
People interested in joining the team can visit the Sea Grant office on SUNY Oswego's campus.
With new members, the Research Consortium aims to continue their research and improve the condition of the Great Lakes.
Oswego's Harbor Fest is a few months away, but the planning committee just announced the acts performing this year. Ryan Berger is live with us at the site of this year's Harbor Fest. Ryan?
Go. Thanks, guys. Don't know if the weather desk got mixed up or something like that, but it's me out here doing the field work. We're here at Breitbeck Park in Oswego right now. It's cold, it's wet, not much to look at, but this is going to be the site of Harbor Fest 2018. The headliners were announced yesterday, and it's got the town of Twitter thinking about summertime as winter just refuses to die. And the event draws more than 100,000 people into the port city of Oswego. And it's got music, food, and most importantly for the locals, the business. Local businesses like the Oswego Sub Shop know as the event grows, so too has its importance to the community.
Community, small like Oswego, has a chance to bring in 250, 300,000 out-of-town people. It's a huge financial injection. And after all these years, you know, Saturday afternoon from 3 o'clock on, it's almost a steady stream in here. You know, that whole week now is turned into just a busy week with the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday leading up to it.
Headlining the event is Don Felder, formerly of the Eagles, but that's a few months away. Hopefully this place will be looking a little bit more like summertime in the near present, but that's all for Breitbeck Park. Ryan Berger reporting.
Thank you, Ryan. Harbor Fest this year will take place July 26th through July 29th in Breitbeck Park.
They shoot, they score. Students from Oswego High School are teaming up to play basketball and learn together. The unified basketball team brings together students with special needs and their peers. The team has a grant from the Special Olympics to allow competing against each other, against other schools in the county. Coach Brian Perot says for him, it's all about the life lessons.
The scoreboard doesn't matter to me. I really don't care. It's about them learning how to communicate and them learning how to have fun. It's about having a good time, doing a lifetime opportunity sport.
They will have their first game on April 19th.
Just a month away from summer vacation, and students are scrambling to get fit. Whether it's cutting pounds or just toning up, reporter Stephanie Shalero has the answers of how to get your beach bod back just in time for swimsuit season.
If you think it's too late to get in shape for the summer, you're wrong, but you might want to start soon.
Say you have a vacation that you're going to take in July or August, you probably should starting now.
Whether you want to lose, gain, or sustain weight or muscle, Dr. Amy Bidwell from the Department of Health and Wellness says you need a proper diet and exercise to do so.
80% of weight loss is diet related, whereas about 80% of weight maintenance is exercise related.
When it comes to nutrition, the answer is never crash dieting.
If you do some crash diet and you lose weight pretty quickly, there's a good chance you're going to put that back on.
It's eating the right amount of the right foods.
The first thing is to watch your calories. So really eliminating all sorts of sugar. Really dropping those carbohydrates down to closer to about 50% of your diet, with primarily all the nutrients coming from fruits and vegetables. About 10% of those can come from more your starchy carbs like your potatoes, your rice, that type of stuff. Then increasing your protein.
Aside from nutrition, proper exercise is crucial.
So aerobic exercise, typically you're looking at about 40 to 45 minutes, 4 to 5 times a week. And then it's really important to do strength training because that's going to really tone up the muscle. More kind of full body workouts because you burn more calories that way.
By changing just a few of your daily regimens and implementing others, that beach bod will be back before you know it. I'm Stephanie Schlero for Oswego Now.
The fitness center also offers personal trainers free of charge with a gym membership. The allegations of misconduct against an SA presidential candidate is not slowing down his campaign. I talked with Omar Van Reenen on his journey to the SA elections as an international student.
And Oswego State women's lacrosse opens up this weekend's SUNY play on a high note. More to come after the break. Welcome back. Tomorrow will be another good day to stay inside and get some work done because the temperature is going to drop overnight. Dylan Kuhn is here with tonight's forecast.
Thanks, guys. So, as they say in the weather business, let's do some weather. Looking right now, current temperature, we're seeing 34 degrees matching up with our dew point. So we know what that means. It's pretty dewy outside. The winds are going anywhere between 8 and 20 miles per hour, so still a little windy. It's been the case all week, so that's something to look out for. Humidity, 99%. It's really wet outside. There were some flurries this morning. The snow stopped, but there might be some rain showers. Look for some black ice on the roads between that freezing rain and whatnot, something to keep your eye on. Visibility 5 miles, so if you're looking to run a 5K and you could see the whole outcome if you're on a flat surface, I suppose. Let's take a look at some weather headlines now. Now, spring has done anything but sprung. It's been spring officially for about 2 weeks or so now, and it certainly hasn't felt that way. Been flurries all this month, been chilly. It brings me to my next point. April flurries bring May flowers. Now, you know how the saying goes, April showers bring May flowers, but that just hasn't been the case. There's been no showers, it's been a lot of snow. Now, hopefully we'll see that trend change, buckle up or move It looks like you're going to see that in my 7-day, but the cold weather isn't really going anywhere right now. So if you don't want it, maybe take a nice little vacation or whatnot. Speaking of, let's take a look at that 7-day. Tomorrow, looking at a lot of wind, high around 30, so it's going to be chilly and windy. Nice day to sit inside, maybe watch some Netflix. A lot of cloudy, but, you know, after all the clouds, we might get some sun on Friday, warm up a little bit, so that's something to look forward to. But that's what we're looking at for weather in the next week. We'll toss it to the guys at the desk.
Still to come, 2 standouts lead the charge for the Oswego State women's lacrosse season.
And international student Omar Van Reenen speaks on his developing election and campaign goals. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Oswego Now. We are following a developing story on the SA presidential election. After speaking with Omar Van Reenen earlier, he shared his input on the Facebook post by the Oswego College Republican Club. The club had released a statement earlier this morning criticizing an Instagram post made by Omar last year. The club says the post made Omar suggested harassing behavior. After his reaction to the post, I had the chance to also speak with Omar on his journey as the first international SA presidential candidate. Hello, I'm sitting here with Omar Van Reenen, a sophomore biochemistry major and political science double major. Now, thank you, Omar, for coming on the show and speaking with us. Now, you are from Namibia, Africa, international student. So what does that mean to you being an international student running for SA president?
So thank you so much for having me. The ability to run as SA president at Oswego truly means a lot to me. I hope I can not only inspire other international students to become involved on campus, but inspire all students in general to help push our campus forward. I hope that if I'm so fortunate enough to be SA president, that I can empower students to do all the good they can, to uplift the people and community around them and place service before self, so that we can push our campus forward and not one step back. And I hope that the initiatives that we have in place when I was a senator and director of diversity, equity, inclusion can help advocate for more policies that can uplift our campus community.
Excellent. It seems like you are super involved in Oswego's campus. What would you say that the feel is for international students that are coming here? Maybe it's their first time, or how did you adapt so well to Oswego?
I adapted very well to Oswego because Oswego is a welcoming and hospitable home for all. And not only do they promote diversity, but Oswego knows that diversity is not just a number. It's about inclusion of all minority factors, making sure that students feel welcome and included on campus. So because Oswego promotes this aspect, it made me feel that I can do and aspire to be anything and pursue my destiny on this campus. And that's what I hope to encourage all students from on our campus to believe in.
Well, that's absolutely excellent. Thank you so much for coming on our show, Omar. It's such appreciated. Coming up, we have more news and sports after the break. Stay tuned. You're watching Oswego Now.
Welcome back to Oswego Now. I'm Alif Kareem with your sports update for the day. Now, following their comfortable 11-4 win against the Potsdam Bears, the Oswego State women's lacrosse team entered this weekend with a 5-3 record, but much of their early success can be attributed to goalie Angela Ponto. The senior from West Genesee just reached the 500 career saves mark this past weekend, and she's the only Laker to reach this mark in the program since it began in 1994. For Angela, she isn't concerned about her numbers, only caring for a strong finish to her career.
Let's just play the best game I can this year. It's my last year, and I would just want to make it count.
Open up, SUNY played this weekend, game on Saturday at 1 p.m. Angela isn't the only Laker making her mark on the program. Oswego Now reporter Dylan Kuhn tells us about junior Teresa Shattuck's record-setting pace.
Not like playing to break records, I just want to play with my team.
It's not what Teresa Shattuck is playing for, it's just what she's done. Shattuck holds the program record for assists in a game, season, and now career. Oswego State women's lacrosse coach Britt Howard praised Shattuck's knack for the game.
She definitely has a niche for the game. Her IQ is incredible. You know, she's always thinking about the next play ahead.
I just think I have a good eye. Like, I can see the whole field at once. I can see players before they cut, like I can see a play happening.
There doesn't need to be an additional incentive to break a record, but it certainly helps when it's your sister's records that you're breaking.
I mean, she played, she knows all the competition and stuff. She was happy for me. But yeah, it definitely motivated me to beat her.
Shattuck is proud to hold numerous individual records, but says she wants to be remembered for what the team accomplished.
Lacrosse for Oswego, we've never been this good, and I just want to leave a legacy. Like, my freshman class brought up the team that could possibly win SUNY.
With 7 games remaining, including 4 right here at Laker Turf Stadium, Teresa's on pace to add the single-season points record to her list of accomplishments. For Oswego Now News, Dylan Kuhn reporting.
Teresa and the rest of the Lakers take the field again on Saturday at Oneonta, game at 1 p.m. Now to the Hardwood, the Brooklyn Nets take the trip down to Milwaukee to take on the Young Bucks led by Giannis Antetokounmpo. And speaking of the Greek Freak, halfway into the second quarter, ready for takeoff as he only took 3 steps to make it in there before jamming it with authority. But the star of the night wasn't the potential MVP candidate. It was Alan Crabb. Now, you may not have heard of him, but he had a couple of contested threes to lead forward for his team, extending the lead, and the Nets would end up winning on 119 to 111. Now, on the other side in the diamond, the Yankees all rise for Aaron Judge as he bombs in his second homer of the season. But unfortunately, it wouldn't be the Yankees' day. Fans keep on cheering, but the dismal will come soon enough as Trey Mancini singles it to the right to run in two basemen for 2 extra runs, leaded 5-1 for the Baltimore Orioles, and the lead would hold as the Orioles would take on this game 5-2. The Yankees will take the mound against the Orioles again tonight at 7 p.m. Stay tuned for more news and weather on Oswego Now.
And welcome back. We have new information on UFC fighter Conor McGregor. He's currently in court for his assault on the bus carrying UFC fighters. McGregor came into Barclays Center, attacked fighters and staff, and then threw trash cans, chairs, and a hand truck and a metal barricade at the bus, smashing a window and left 2 fighters injured. McGregor is unable to fight in tomorrow's UFC event. McGregor's next hearing is set for June 14th.
And that's all we have for tonight. Have a good night, everybody.